DJ zooms out to the Statue of Liberty. Today's show brought to you by Lego Freedom. Guys, today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about Mark Cuban getting exit scammed, rug pulled. Pretty rough stuff. I think it's quite a large amount. And let's all feel sorry for the billionaire. Let's take 2 seconds and feel sorry for the billionaire.
Okay.
Hot to the touch. Okay. All right, guys. So we got a lot going on today other than that as well. We have Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about, some people say Bitcoin going to be outperforming it in the short term. I tend to actually agree with that. Bitcoin being undervalued. Suze. Everyone loves Suze. Will Dave Ramsey be next to say positive things about Bitcoin? Suze Orman telling people to HODL. A lot of people not happy with El Salvador. World Bank is one of them. We'll be discussing that. And then we're talking about green blockchain stuff, but we'll also be discussing at our 3 o'clock video today, volcanic eruption mining. I know you guys are super excited about that, so we'll be talking about that. And then we'll be getting political. You guys love to get political. We'll be getting political at the end. And then we got some other stuff we're going to be talking about. So first and foremost, as always, thank you to all the subscribers. We are just about to tick up to 1.11 million subscribers here. We're just about 1,000 away. So we'll be getting that today or by tomorrow's stream, hopefully. But you guys know YouTube is not showing our videos to anyone other than our subscribers right now. It's very irritating. Because our views are actually not down that significantly on this channel. However, where we see the difference is no one that is not subscribed to this channel is seeing this content on the recommended channel. So it's more important than ever for you guys to help get the word out and share about what's going on in this channel and crypto in this community as well. As you guys know, we have our contest going on. We're at 424.6 thousand followers on Twitter. Appreciate that. We have our contest going on here. For our giveaway, we're giving away 5 Ethereum when we hit 5 million total followers. I think today we're at like 4.59, somewhere around there, 4.91, 100,000 subscribers. So we're approaching 4.6 million, not subscribers, but total followers on all our socials. So we'll be, we got a new layover, a layover, is that the right word? No, that's what happens when you are in between planes.
Overlay.
An overlay. Wow. You just had to reverse the words. Brain fog. Sorry, Dr. Deb. We'll address that as well today. But anyways, the point is we'll have an overlay tomorrow showing you all of our social numbers so you guys can track along as we go towards 5 million total followers, largest community in crypto, not even close. A reminder to you guys, if you click this link on Twitter here, on our pinned post, if you click this, it goes to our Gleam contest. We have the new entry where you can get an entry for the contest to join the BitBoy team. When you click this link, it will take you to our VMEX landing page where we have a contest right now, a trading competition you guys can sign up for. Right now, we got 26 members. I know not as many of you guys use VMEX as use ByBit, so we're going to be talking about some stuff in the coming weeks. There's going to be some really interesting trading strategies that you will basically win no matter what. So I know that sounds crazy. That sounds like really nuts, but hey, the hedge funds do it. So we're going to be looking at some strategies to do that. And you're going to want to have 2 accounts. You can't long and short both on one place. So get a VMEX account, get a ByBit account. You can get that on bitboycrypto.com/deals. We got 26 members. We want to gear up. We said we wanted to at least get to the top 5 here. So we're pretty close. We just need 8 more members today. So really suggest you guys, go join the competition. But if you just visit this page, you get an entry for the contest. Before we get into the content today and into Market Watch, I want to bring up Justin. You guys know Justin Williams. Well, you guys know him, the Boorish Bear, we call him, the Boorish Bear. Also known as Tommy Hilfiger's #1 customer. Not wearing Tommy today, so you're going to hear from Justin instead of Tommy. We want to talk a little bit about our Bitverse punks. We got an extension. We got, I think, one more day, so you want to go ahead and take it away, Justin.
Yep.
I'm going to drink coffee.
Cool. Can everybody see me?
Yeah.
I got to do it because Ben's so short.
He's not, I'm average American height, 5'10".
You can grab that other mic to the left if you need it.
I'm 5'10", so. Does it? Wait. If this one works.
No, the other one.
Yeah,
You
just
use,
talk.
Justin, you use that one. Ben can grab the other one to his right.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. Well, all right. So as we've talked about yesterday, if you had our community's so big that we crashed the minimal servers. So if you had any issues when you purchased it, if you were, the first day, if you had any issues, if you got the wrong NFT, you wanted to buy the HODL, but you got the Solidity or whatever, you can go to the Minimal Discord, and they're really good. They're very helpful. They're going to give you the correct NFT. I just want to go over that. Also, we've extended it until the end of tomorrow. What are you doing over there, man? Yeah, you're distracted. Anyway, if you haven't been able to purchase one, there's still quite a few left. Some of these, there's less than 20 that have been sold. So we are less than 20. So if you understand the utility, we're going to be airdropping partnered token projects.
Sorry, you're so short, Justin. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm going off.
All right, let me stand up. Wait, come here behind me. Let's do back to back. Let's do back to back real quick. All right. Anyway. Anyway, but we're going to be airdropping $10,000 worth of partnered project. I think the first drop is going to be.
Somebody said I'm an adorable gnome. Shut your mouth. I'm not short.
He's short, guys.
Gosh, I'm not 6 foot,
short.
but I'm not short.
He is short. But anyway, $10,000 of bit token, I think, is going to be our first airdrop.
Yeah.
So let's say if you bought one of the, I think Staker, there's only been 15 sold at this point. So let's say 20 of them sell by the time we do the airdrop. That's $500 worth of bit token that you're going to get. So you're immediately, and the NFTs are only like $200. So you're immediately going to double your position there. So go to minimal.app. I think it's on their main page right now. Grab you an NFT if you haven't. It's a great little way for you to be involved. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. So here's the page here. Thank you, Justin, for coming up. So under 6 foot is not short. I'm sorry.
And
5'10" is average American height. Just so you know.
Maybe we've got some Justin versus BitBoy in the chat. Maybe we get a boxing match of. BitBoy
I would never fight Justin. No? I like Justin.
Oh.
I'll fight you.
Okay.
I could never fight Justin. I mean, he's
just too tall.
We're just lovers, not fighters. No, he's not too tall. I mean, I would manhandle him, but I would hate to hurt him is the only problem.
Right.
But anyways, guys, this is minimal.app. This is /BitVersePunks. You guys can see here. Here you can see the countdown. Now, here's what we really want to stress to you guys is at the end, look, I love y'all. I want y'all to buy these. Everybody wants y'all to buy these, right? But if you don't buy them, whatever. It's not a huge deal. I don't really care that much. But what's going to happen is in one day, all of the ones that do not sell, they get burned. So when you see some of these that have the higher amounts that didn't sell, some of them sold out. When you see the higher amounts that didn't sell, it's advantageous to get those because the rest of them are getting burnt. They're not going to be bought after one day. So I just want to let y'all know about all that. All right. So that was a big thing. We crashed our server. It was kind of a big ordeal, but you know what? We pushed through. We pushed through with a gnome voice. I'm now a gnome. Been the gnome.
We'll have to get you a hat.
Yeah. So let's do you pull this up right here. We're going to be checking out average American male height here on the channel. It's it's actually 5'9", everybody. Excuse me. I'm tall. Wow. This has really changed the way I look at. No, you put that back up there. You do not put the 5'9". I'm 5'10". So you guys remember, I'm tall. So
Actually,
if you're saying under 6 feet.
The average male height is 69 inches. That's
69.1 inches, big boy.
That 0.1 makes a difference.
That 0.1 makes a real big difference, they say. Okay, all right, into the crypto markets here we go. How many people we got watching?
We have about 7,000 people, 1,600 likes.
How many likes?
1,600.
1,600. Let's go ahead and get that number up. YouTube hates us. They hate us so much. All right, market cap coming in $1.6 trillion. And look at this volume. And I mean, this is insane. $83 billion in volume. Extremely low. Bitcoin dominance about the same as yesterday, 45.3%. Get rid of that stuff. Golly.
I forgot to put it on slow mode today.
Yeah, put it on slow mode first and then. Okay. Bitcoin coming in almost back up to 38, almost back up to 39,000, 38.9. I told you guys the number I've been hearing kind of to watch for is $37.5 thousand right now, or 37.5 thousand. I think I said that 37.5K. Right now we're almost back up to 39. Bitcoin up 0.57%, but look at Ethereum, just like we told you guys yesterday. Ethereum strongly in a downtrend, which we'll look at a little bit more later. Cardano, it looks like exactly the same place that it was yesterday, $1.50. I don't think it's budged. You guys can see reflected here, 0.09%. Dogecoin up a little bit. XRP up, back up to about 85%. Looking for anything that stands out here. Solana up 6% on the Coinbase listing news. Pretty good for Solana. Chainlink up 2.5%. Theta. We've got an NFT drop coming on Theta, a big Theta release. I think that's next week.
Not necessarily.
No, it is.
No.
They said they're not pushing it back.
Okay, well, they are. We talked about it. Justin and I talked about it this morning. It's not next week.
Oh, okay. Well, it is going to be moved then.
It's going to be in July.
In July?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Whew, okay. Well, that's not what I was told. All right. XLM up 1%. VeChain up 2.5%. Those are the biggest gainers of the day. Well, I want to find Shiba. That's what I was actually looking for. Shiba down 5.57%. Up 17% for the week, though. Probably one of the better performers for the week. So not really able to carry that momentum. XFIN, XDC, 25.57%. Theta Fuel up 17%. As always, when Theta is up, Theta Fuel goes up. They really seem to move together. Cosmos up 13%. Phantom back up in the 30s, thank God. 31%. Icon 11%. Waves, we're at 10.76%. So really, it just seems like while a couple of things are moving, we're just not really seeing like a ton of movement on the markets right now. Everything is very stagnant. And we'll be looking at the Bitcoin chart here in just a second because, as you guys know, the Bitcoin chart is pretty much all that matters. Generally speaking, the whole market is going to move with it. Looking at the total market capitalization, let's check out the last 1 year of that. You guys can see it does seem like ever since we had the big crash, the total market cap seems to be on a bit of an uptrend. That one's excluding Bitcoin. This one's including Bitcoin. We go 1 year on that. Same thing. I mean, you look here at we'll zoom in a little bit more. We'll just look at the year here. You guys see here, you see a low. That was the crash, obviously. You see a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. I mean, this is actually pretty encouraging when you look at it, really and truly. And also, guys, I know a lot of you guys are asking about an XRP video. We have a XRP video coming out for you guys, I think, this weekend. We're going to give you guys an update on the SEC case. There's been some new developments you guys are going to want to hear about. Nothing absolutely dramatic, but some things that I think signal this case is going in a certain direction. So looking at the overall market cap, excluding Bitcoin, so all of the altcoins, you guys can see it looks about the same. I mean, we have the big giant drop over here, but it seems a little more sideways than the Bitcoin chart by itself. And then looking at the Bitcoin dominance, let's come down here and look over the last 3 months. You guys can see this is clearly back on an uptrend. This 50% line here is a line to really watch. I guess this was when it crashed. What day was that? On June 14th?
Or I wonder if that was the reporting area. You know how they had the API stuff that was showing a lot of like altcoin flash crashes? That could be what that is.
Yeah. So definitely that's got to be wrong there, and it reflected in all the numbers. But you guys can see, I mean, we hit a low, and now we have been back on an uptrend. It looks like on May 24th, it hit 46.79%. Right now, it's in at 45.25%. So that's actually is not going to take a lot. It's not going to take a lot. That's a baby in the window.
That's a baby in the
window. That's a baby in the window.
A new little baby.
Yeah, how about that? Cute little baby. So anyways, we got to see this Bitcoin dominance continue to go up, I believe, and that's going to really help to get things heading in back in the right direction. When you look at when things were going best, like if you look here at this chart, you look at when things were going best for Bitcoin and the overall crypto markets, things were dropping. I mean, think about somewhere in this range. I think it was April 20th. We had an all-time high, somewhere around there. When Bitcoin was peaking, it was going down. But if we go back to the 1 year chart here, and let's zoom in like maybe since about October, somewhere around there, you guys see that once Bitcoin hit a fever pitch and it was clearly bullish again, that's when things started dropping. So that's what we're going to want to see. We need to get things clearly bullish again. And right now we are just not there at this moment. So looking at the Bitcoin chart, coming in here at 39,000, just top 39,000. Let me get rid of this here and this. I wish I could remember why I drew things I drew. Well, looking down here at the money flow, if you guys can see that, I kind of drew a potential curve yesterday, and it does look like, I mean, the money flow is significantly on the daily chart starting to swing back up to the green, which is good news. However, I would say if we look over here on the momentum wave, it looks like we're cutting in right now. It looks like it could be heading towards a drop potentially. But the money flow, definitely we want to get that back in the green. That's when we see all the most bullish stuff. Let's check out the 4-hour chart here. And we will be, as we go start our FEMEX contest, we will be looking probably at some smaller time frames as we do more day trading for a while and get away from looking at the necessarily all the longer term action. Because I feel like that's all we've been looking at lately are the 4-hour and the 8-hour charts. And the reason for that is pretty simple. 300,000 in 2021 still possible. Let me finish this thought here. I lost the thought, so I'll go to that. 300,000 by the end of 2021 still possible, or do I have to wait until Valentine's Day of 2022? That's a great question. I found my 2,500 ETH by Valentine's Day shirt yesterday.
Oh, nice. That somebody brought that to a meetup, right?
Yeah, they brought it to the meetup. I just have so many shirts. I was talking about this with my wife. I wonder how many T-shirts I've had in my life. And each one of those T-shirts, I passionately loved. I've loved so many T-shirts. And it's so sad when you have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 320,000 for Bitcoin is still possible. I think my thing is I believe that this manipulation in the market that we're looking at is giving me pause on the high end of that number. But I will say, I do believe 6 figures is definitely still in the cards. As long as we do hit another upswing and we head back in the right direction. Like I told you guys, I'm really not truly expecting Bitcoin to start making big moves again until the middle of next month. I'm just not expecting until the middle of next month. That's a lot of what I'm seeing, a lot of what I'm hearing. No pops today.
No, this.
Oh, 120K higher this year, no higher. That's what Dan Moorhead of Pantera Capital says. Now, do we have that story in here where he said that?
No, I don't know.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
That was a great story. So the thing is that there's just so much manipulation on this market right now. It's like so insane. And I know like a lot of you guys are giving you all I got from my ICP investment. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate that. I think that's a full ICP right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Like a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, if this market is so manipulated and Bitcoin is so manipulated, why in the world do you want to get involved in this market compared, well, where else are you going to go? You going to go to the Pokemon card market? Heard there's some manipulation on that thing too.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing we were talking about on Around the Blockchain is like there is no not participating. Either you're choosing to invest in Bitcoin or you're choosing to put your money somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether it's the dollar or whatever.
And let me tell you the narrative. I told you I get this stupid, I don't know, I've unsubscribed from it 7 times. And I continue to get this stupid New York Times email every morning written by this, ignorant hippie. And it's so funny. I told you guys that you talk about the mainstream news narrative. You want to talk about how it is. Have you guys seen the video that shows the 32 screens. Somebody sent it to me, I think, on Slack. Shows the 32 screens of 32 local newscasts with each one of them saying the exact same thing word for word.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, you've seen that. You guys want to know how these narratives disperse? Okay. The other day on my local Channel 2 news here in Atlanta, I told you guys about a clip where the local anchor was explaining that economists are now saying that the only reason we're having inflation is because basically there is a logjam of money in between consumers coming back to the market and businesses being able to turn that money into new resources, like new employees or, new food or new products, whatever it is. We all know that's not true. Like, there's two big things here. Number one is a logjam in shipping that is crushing industries left and right that was predicted a year ago. Number two, the obvious reason for all this, the obvious reason, you can't just print trillions of dollars. They never talk about this. So let me continue this. So we got that story yesterday, or I told you guys about that. I think I told you yesterday. I saw that clip. I think it was on Sunday night or Monday night. I get this email in my New York Times, or this New York Times article this morning in my email, and guess what the narrative is? Exact same thing. This is the narrative that they're pushing. This is the reason for inflation, and it's all BS. It's all BS. So I know you're wondering why in the world you would want to get in a market that's manipulated. Well, you want to bring me the baby? They're going to bring me a baby. They're going to bring me a baby right now.
Baby time.
Yeah, it's baby time. We have a live baby. Come on, Nick. Nick is my head researcher here. And this is the baby. Hey. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He does not know what to think. He's like, I can eat more solid food than you can.
What's his name?
Giovanni. Giovanni's a blind demandi. Giovanni. Look at this. Look at this child.
Oh, he's
Look
so
at this
happy.
child.
He's a happy baby.
He's trying to kick out now.
Yeah.
He's trying to kick. This is a baby. Welcome to my channel.
You never know. Oh.
Never know. Oh. He looked at me like, why are you? Hello. Nice to meet you. He looked at me like, what? that's not someone that works here that I just said nice to meet you. Yeah. That's his wife in the background. So anyways, you're asking yourselves, why would you want to be in a manipulated market? The question is, number one, why are you okay already being in one? Because you're being manipulated by the news, you're being manipulated by the government, you're being manipulated by every source you turn, you're being manipulated by the Treasury, being manipulated by the banks. Who are you not manipulated by already? Okay? Number two, I would say here, the real question or the real thing you need to focus on here is not why would you get involved in a manipulated market like Bitcoin? The question is, can you afford not to? And I think that's the question.
So, Edo's, I guess, is his
No,
name.
I was really not reading that.
Oh.
Almost as tall as Ben, referring to a baby. A literal baby.
Yeah. A lot of people like the baby. That is a very cute baby.
The funny thing is, I'm not sure. That's the funny thing about this.
You're not
like,
sure.
It would be like people calling me anorexic. Like, you're calling me anorexic. Obviously, I'm not anorexic. Obviously, I'm not short.
Like you said, exactly.
Somebody said the market was going up. Put the baby back on. People love a baby. Also, speaking of health, I want you guys to know. I let's be clear on this. I am not dying. Okay. I got to make some changes on stuff, but I'm not I'm not sick. I'm not dying. I don't have any diseases. I may have TJ anoma might be what I have. That's a terrible disease that I have. But I don't have any diseases. I did not get a terrible, I just had some tests and everything's fine. But obviously I need to eat a little healthier. That's all it boils down to. So this may surprise you guys, but I've been very dramatic about it. Now, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this because if I do die, it was a banker framing me, trying to make it look like I just died, sending me the heart poison. Okay, so if that happens, it's the bankers, 100%. You guys need to put Jamie Dimon on trial. That's what I have to say. Or who knows? Maybe Muskrat, one or the other. Okay, somebody said we're born dying. I mean, that's the ultimate thing, right? We're all dying at all times.
Once you hit 25.
What's that?
Technically, you're growing until you hit 25, and then you're dying from that point on, for most people, on average.
Well, you're always closer to your day of death as each day goes by.
That is true.
It's a truly, truly sad thing. Okay, so let's get back on this. Let's get back here on Ethereum. Told you guys it looks like continually on a downtrend right now. According to the DBSI numbers on Market Cipher, not looking that great even for the day, even though we are green right now. Of course, the DBSI numbers on Market Cipher do not work as well. How many viewers and likers we got right now?
10,600, 3,000 likes.
3,000 likes. Guys, we can get that at least to 6,000 today. I know we can. If you guys help us out here, helps more people see the videos, get around YouTube's, what is the word I'm looking for? Diabolical madness. It's not the word I'm looking for. Their control. And if you guys could like the video, it helps more people see it. If you're on mobile, all you got to do is X out of the live chat, hit like on the video, and then hit the live chat icon again. If you're watching on a smart TV, you go down to the bottom left. There's, I think, 3 dots to say more options, and then you go to react, and that's where you hit like. So back to Ethereum here. And we are going to be talking a little bit more about Ethereum as this video goes on. But let's kind of look at some of the smaller time frames because we haven't been doing that as much. We had a couple green dots here on the, we had a double green dot here on the 2-hour chart just a little bit ago. It looks like about 8 hours ago or so, or it's probably about 16 hours ago. Kind of, went into an upward movement here, as you guys can see. And then, of course, now it went back down, and now we'll have to see what it does. From here, it is green in the last 2 hours, but this is just more evidence that Ethereum is just not getting censorship. Yeah, that is what it's called. Ethereum is not getting the push that it needs. And I think a lot of this is a lot of people right now. Let's go back. Let's think about this. I want you guys to think about this with Ethereum. When we go back and we think about 2 weeks ago and before, what was the big narrative that we were talking about? Like, what's the big narrative that we were talking about for weeks? It seemed like about a month, right? The flipning. We were looking at the flipning. Can Ethereum pass Bitcoin? And I was going to say I told you guys, I feel like by the end of the cycle, I definitely made the commitment. I think by the end of the cycle, Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. I believe that. I think that when it comes to what we're seeing now, it just continues. And I don't mean to just harp on this like a dead horse here, okay? We're seeing the manipulation in Ethereum right now, okay? Is there any excitement out there about Bitcoin that you guys can see? The trading volume clearly does not reflect that. Every YouTuber that I know says the number one coin that they get asked about, other YouTubers I know, is Ethereum, okay? There's more excitement out there about Ethereum than Bitcoin, period. The excitement over Bitcoin becoming legal tender in El Salvador, that is really an internal Bitcoin maxi celebration. And people also that have been in crypto for a long time, like myself and TJ, like, that's cool news. Like, I'm not going to fight that. That's cool. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see how that develops. We're doing videos on it. We're talking about it, a lot of those things. But right now, the fact that Ethereum cannot catch its breath and it remains on a downtrend, when there's more excitement about Ethereum than Bitcoin, and when Ethereum is slowly starting to tick up, to me, I think we could possibly, and we will talk about this in 2 stories from now, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, I think we could possibly see as we get closer to this date next week, even though we haven't seen these numbers in a while, we could potentially see manipulation shoving that thing down and trying to get it out of your mind so you'll sell your ETH. Because people right now are not selling Ethereum. I know. I know that, people have been tempted when it was at higher prices to sell and make profits. But as the price of Ethereum has dropped, people have become more, they want to hold it more. They want to buy more. Whenever we got to hit like a break-even point to where people say, do I want to hold this anymore? That's what these banks want you to do. That's what they want you to do. They want you to sell. The only way you get a say in what happens in crypto is to hold Bitcoin or Ethereum right now. That's the only way you have a say in any of this. Say possession is 9/10 of the law. Well, governance in crypto, possession is 9/10 of the law. You don't get a right to talk about what goes on with one of these coins, or you don't get to play a role in the ecosystem if you ain't got none. And they want to push it out to where you have none. Really cool to add use functions. What is that in reference to?
I'm not sure.
Really cool to add use functions. I love that.
Interesting.
So, all right, let's move on. And guys, look, the charts have just been like really boring. They've been really boring. So we're gearing up to look more at that as we get into our VMEX contest next week. We'll be looking at more shorter time frames. It's hard to get excited about the larger time frames right now with crypto, in my opinion. There's nothing like more disheartening than like me having to say I don't think prices are going up until next month. You know what I mean? Like, well, what are we going to do until then? Just come in here and TJ and I actually talked about a stream where I just come in and I say all the news is the same. BitBoy out. You know, we thought about doing that. We're not going to do it, but that is kind of. I mean, you feel the same way, right?
Yeah. Especially this morning, you're looking through the news articles, and there really wasn't too much different today than yesterday. I mean, there is some interesting stuff, you know, like what we're about to look at. I do agree with a lot of these stories about Bitcoin versus Ethereum over the next few, month or so. So I think those will be interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Yay.
Mark Cuban hit by Titan crypto crash as coin's price falls to near zero. I need to sip some water. My throat's a little parched.
Your throat's not used to the not having any bang in the morning. I'm just saying.
It's a little weird statement there.
It was a weird statement.
Yeah, you didn't realize it until after you said it, huh?
Actually, I did, but I just didn't
You
stop.
You didn't realize it. Billionaire investor Mark Cuban, and guys, it's more important than ever that you pay attention to what is happening in crypto when it comes to scams, potential scams, and things like that. Billionaire investor Mark Cuban has claimed he was hit by a cryptocurrency token market crash on Wednesday. The token, known as the Iron Titanium token, or Titan, fell from $60 on June 16th to a fraction over zero on Thursday morning, according to CoinGecko. Token is linked to Iron Finance. Thank you for that, Chad Rippey. Best show, best community. Appreciate that. A group that runs the wider Iron stablecoin project, which aims to avoid price volatility.
Ironic.
I know. It's like, you got to be kidding me on this stuff. It's like that war on rugs. You remember all that?
Yep.
War on rugs. And this is what we see so many times. I'm telling you guys, a lot of these people and a lot of these groups that you see, that their main focus is pointing out scammers, and a lot of it's arbitrary, and a lot of it's stuff that this person did and this person sold or whatever. They usually end up being the real scammers. It's called misdirection. I don't know if you guys know that. War on Rugs was a site or a project that was built to fight against rug pulls.
Yep.
And you know what they did? They rug pulled. You know why? They said, we need to teach people a lesson that you can still get rug pulled. You can't with this stuff. So, okay, on Thursday, Fred Shabesta, founder of the Finder.com finance site, and Iron Finance investor, told CoinDesk that the sudden crash in Titan was caused by panic selling by whales, individuals who hold large amounts of a certain token. He said Titan's price went to $65 and then pulled back to $60. This caused whales to start selling. The news was soon being discussed on Twitter. Replying to one user, Cuban wrote, "I got hit like everyone else." He also claimed to have got out at one point, though he did not specify when. Cuban rugged crypto Twitter or himself got rugged on Iron Finance. And he said, "I got hit like everybody else. Crazy part is I got out, thought they were increasing their TVL enough. Then bam." Now, here's the thing. You guys know how the smoke and mirrors works out there. There are very few people out there willing to be transparent, willing to admit when they make mistakes, and willing to admit when they got scammed or hacked or phished. And that's something on this channel that we've talked, quite a bit about. I got phished a couple years ago, made a video about that. We've had some projects that scammed us. We talked about that stuff. The general thing that people do is they don't like to tell you those things. So the thing is I don't know if I necessarily believe, look, here's the thing. Just like it said here, he also claimed to have got out at one point, though he did not specify when. Now, let's think about TA is best before bedtime. Is that TNA or G?
Yeah, I think there's an
I think that's what he means. I think.
Yeah.
That's from Kyle Cox.
Not bad in the morning either.
Not bad in the morning either. Okay, so the thing is when you think, what is Mark Cuban known for? What, like TJ, what's the number one word that comes to your mind when you think Mark Cuban?
Basketball.
Well, I mean, outside of that, I would probably say I don't know if he's as well known for basketball as other things at this point.
I mean, billionaire. I mean, is probably what he's most known for.
Investor is the word.
Yeah.
You know, I think investor.
VC, I guess.
VC, Shark Tank, you know, the whole thing. He's a smart investor. That's what he's known as. And I think I like basketball. I definitely, you know, that's where I know him from originally. It was basketball for sure, but he's morphed into something more than just a basketball owner and a guy that sold a satellite radio company or whatever it was he did, an internet radio company. Mm-hmm. He's known as an investor. When your number one tagline is investor, it doesn't look good when you invest in something that scams. It especially doesn't look good when you invest in something that scams and you lost money on it. So it's really hard to know exactly what happened here and how much that he made or did not make. Basically, the token self-inflated because of faulty protocol. It feedback looped into a free fall. I got hit with this, unfortunately. Is it a rug pull? Yet to be confirmed, I guess. Well, I think the definition of rug pull is quite vague. That's coming from Livid Music, one of our mods. Cuban is best known to have been involved in Titan, having mentioned the token on his blog in the past. He said, I provide 2 tokens that enable quick swap, DAI and Titan, to offer swaps between these 2 tokens. On Twitter, many users have referred to the Titan crash as a rug pull type of exit scam whereby crypto developers abandon a project and leave with investor funds. Shabesta told CoinDesk there was no rug pull involved in the Titan crash. Let me tell you guys something consistent with rug pulls. They say they're not rug pulls.
They always say they're not rug pulls.
Always say they're not rug pulls.
There's always an answer. There's always a hack or this happened or that happened. But basically what makes something a rug pull is you go to sell and all the liquidity's gone, more or less, which is, I think that's kind of what happened to Mark Cuban. I think it was dropping. He realized it was basically worthless. He went to try to get out and sell his stuff. He probably sold some, used up all the liquidity that was left, and then realized, like, oh, there's not enough liquidity. I thought they were upping their total value lock to prevent this, and they didn't, and he got screwed just like everybody.
Yeah. And somebody in the chat said, they said that folks like Mark Cuban is not afraid of making mistakes. What I'd say about that is I agree 100%. Not afraid to make mistakes. It's admitting the mistakes that a lot of people like to hide. So I don't know. I'm just saying he didn't say when he got out. We don't know. Who knows? Maybe he got out when the price was at 10 cents. Or maybe he got out. Maybe he was the whale that got out at $60. Like, we don't know. So maybe he'll, be a little more transparent about that in the future.
I do give him credit for getting in there and getting his hands dirty and playing with this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely a deeper level than we see a lot of, people going. Cuban is known to have interest in crypto, spoken out about Dogecoin. He's positive about the future of DeFi, yada, yada, yada. So here's the thing, guys. Remember, this is your urgent warning. You can get scammed. Mark Cuban can get scammed. You can get scammed. Regardless of how this happened, I mean, whether this is a scam or a protocol issue, ultimately it's all the same thing. It's investing in something that's super risky. You guys remember, be careful. The lower the coin is on CoinMarketCap, the newer the project is, the more confusing the project is, the more hype there is around a coin that's not in the top 100. Those should all be red flags to you about investing in projects. Now, here's catch-22. Some things like that, it creates, like, some of these things that are so risky and volatile, that's where a lot of the best, penny stock, millionaire maker opportunities come from. But once again, it's kind of like a scratcher, in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. So, got to be careful out there, folks. Here's why one analyst says Bitcoin will outperform Ethereum in the short term. A potential bounce in the BTC ETH pair suggests Bitcoin will sprint past Ether in the next market rally. In terms of price potential, Bitcoin is staring at the possibility of outperforming Ether in the short term. So believes David Lifshitz. Why'd you laugh? His name is Lifshitz.
That's just a funny name.
It is a very funny name.
Yeah.
I will agree with you.
It'd be fun to grow up with that.
No, it would not. Chief Investment Officer at XO Alpha, a Paris-based investment management service. Maybe in Paris they don't make fun of it. CryptoFace said, Mark Cuban got wrecked. I got to hear it. Well, you got to go back a few minutes. So, sorry, I see our favorite meme coin has showed up in the chat.
Mm-hmm. It's been there all day.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it really?
Mm-hmm.
So watch out for that one. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
Should I leave it alone or should I say it?
I don't care.
Polka Doge. It's Polka Dog, isn't it?
P-Dog.
P-Dog. Polka Doge. That's a meme coin to watch out for. Look, I'm not saying I'm invested in that coin. I'm telling you right here on the rip. I am not trying to whatever. I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm in always a terrible spot with it. But this is one that I'm just telling you guys, watch out for. Watch out for this one. It could be one of these next big movers. Don't lose all your money. You just saw what happened with Mark Cuban and Titan. But this is one that, I mean, honestly, from an honest perspective, we're keeping an eye on. I'm hearing a lot of things about that. So you guys think I've never mentioned a meme coin on the channel before that is not like Shiba or Dogecoin or something I'm calling a scam. So I don't know anything about how it works. I'm just telling you, I think it's, one we're invested in and we're looking at. But it may be totally useless. I don't know. I'm just saying. It worked out pretty good the first couple days. Of late, Ether appeared like a heightened version of Bitcoin. When the Bitcoin USD exchange rate spiked, the ETH USD exchange rate rallied but with higher margins. Similarly, when Bitcoin USD went down, ETH plunged more. Did I finish that sentence? Upside higher Ethers, recent shift. ETH USD plunged more. At the current level, the ratio suggests that Bitcoin is underpriced versus ETH. So an astute trader may buy Bitcoin and sell Ethereum in the same dollar proportions, betting on the potential upcoming bounce of the ratio from the lower channel bound toward the upper channel bound, and then revert later when the ratio gets close again to the upper bound. Over the last 3 weeks, the ratio of BTC ETH relative prices seem flat. If we take a closer look at the last few days, the ratio is getting higher, meaning that Bitcoin tends to become more valuable than ETH. And this kind of tracks it right here. This shows when Bitcoin is getting at its peak. And, Ethereum comes in. You can track and you can find that when this number is going up, Bitcoin is going up. When it's going down, Ethereum is usually going up in price. I mean, that's not going to be consistent across the board. But it's pretty interesting that a lot of people are seeing this. A lot of people are seeing that Bitcoin in the short term, like, look, guys, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Bitcoin's going to outperform Ethereum in the short term. We're seeing it right now.
Yeah.
If you guys want the market to come back, if you're all in on Ethereum, you still want Bitcoin to go up more than Ethereum right now. Ethereum, I'll tell you this, when Ethereum leads the market, Bitcoin is often getting ready to drop significantly. We do not want that. We want Bitcoin to go up. When will we have a decoupling? That might be a good video for us to do, how we can see Bitcoin and Ethereum decoupling from each other. I don't know when we'll see it. It's going to be really hard to say. I'd have to really, think about it. No, Polkadot is not paying me. No. I mean, people are so stupid in this chat sometimes with the conspiracy theories they come up with. So, but anyways, the idea is that, we need Bitcoin to lead this market. It's been the leader of this market forever. When the market is healthy, Bitcoin's going up. Ethereum outperforms it when it runs, but the majority of the time, Bitcoin is going up.
Well, and we've been looking at the Bitcoin to Ethereum pair and seeing, like you said, the last week or two, that's getting weaker and weaker against Bitcoin. And even when you're looking at the Ethereum chart, still in a downtrend, making lower lows where Bitcoin's making higher lows. So
exactly,
it's poised to.
We're seeing it.
Yeah,
it's common sense at this point. Common sense. Bitcoin most undervalued in 10 years, according to the stock to flow model. So we've got that Bitcoin is now, outperforming Ethereum. Looking like it's going to outperform it in the near term. Also, Bitcoin most undervalued in 10 years. according to stock to flow model. I want to pull this one thing back up here. Where did that go? There it is. Okay, I needed that. All right, here we go. In a recent tweet, crypto trader TokenMetrics pointed out that Bitcoin's price deflection chart from the previous stock to flow model is at its lowest level in 10 years. The last time such a significant negative deviation occurred was in the early days of the network development. Back then, Bitcoin cost less than a penny, or I guess that's less than 10 cents, in October 2010. You guys can see the drop.
Wow. Look at that.
Pretty similar drop to
right before the end.
Yeah, right before the end. That's interesting, isn't
Before
it?
the run-up in 2017.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty interesting when you look at that compared to where we're at in the cycle right now. That was right before it had its biggest run-up. But our thing is we're just hovering down here. You know, if you look at it there, can't zoom any more than that. But it's like making a little W there instead of a sharp recovery. Like this here is what we call a V recovery. Right now, this is looking like a W recovery over here at this moment. Moreover, the chart shows another moment in the history of the major crypto when the deflection almost touched current levels. This was in July 2017, in the middle of the previous bull market, when Bitcoin cost around $2,000. A few months later, its price continued an exponential rise. This took it to the historical all-time high of 20K in December of 17. Stock to flow deflection chart, therefore, not only gives a general indication of the relative value of BTC, it also provides an additional argument that the crypto market is in the middle of a long-term bull run.
It also points out how fast this stuff can happen, guys. Like, with Bitcoin at $2,000 in July and $20,000 in December, that was a 10x. Like, that just shows how fast Bitcoin can still move. And then there was a lot of people looking at it at $2,000 saying, like, holy crap, this was $200 not that long ago. It's must have topped out by now. I'm definitely too late. And then Bitcoin does what Bitcoin does.
Yeah. It can happen very quickly, happen very fast. I tweeted on Twitter yesterday. Tweeted on Twitter. In 3 months, you guys will forget this dip ever happened. You'll remember it, like in your brain. If I said it, you'll think about it like, oh yeah, I do remember it. Oh man, that was scary times. That's the way you'll look back on it. You will not look at it like that was the beginning of the end. We will get the excitement going again. We will get the euphoria level coming in at some point. I think we had can you write down decoupling video? That is a good topic for a video. I lost my train of thought because of that. I had a really great thought.
Well, thanks for that super chat, Corey.
Thanks for the super chat, Corey and Edward. We like H-bar. It's good. So additionally, the chart shows throughout the history, the alpha crypto has only spent 20% of its time below the 0% level. Those were always, this is important, those were always the best buying opportunities that later led to sizable gains. So think about that, guys. Undervaluation is high. Bitcoin holders become net buyers for first time since October as death cross looms. Is this that same chart that he was looking at yesterday?
This is what we were looking at yesterday.
Oh, this article?
No,
chart?
we were looking at the chart.
Did he find this chart before this guy wrote it?
Yes, we looked at it yesterday.
Good job. We were looking at that yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, and this guy breaks it down. It's a little complex if you're not used to looking at this stuff, but it's a good breakdown.
Yeah, so investors with a longer-term horizon look to be boosting their Bitcoin holdings amid calls for more profound price drop. Glassnode data shows their Bitcoin hodler net position change, which tracks net buying and selling activity of those holding coins for 6 months or more. It's flipped positive for the first time since late October. HODL is crypto slang for hold. Thank you. Shows hodlers are buying here. The net positions of BTC holders is a long, strong indicator of how longer-term investors are thinking about Bitcoin. So this is the first positive reading since late October. Now, here's the thing. This is what we talked about yesterday before we went on air. We were looking at this chart. We were talking about it. We didn't show it on yesterday's show. But what I think we're going to see is I think that we are going to see, is this a daily chart here? I think so. I think we're probably going to see about 1 month of green, maybe not even. Then we're going to see about 1 month of green, and then we're going to plunge back into the red as the prices start going up. If you look here, the more these plunge down, the higher the pumps are. That's what we want. We want the HODL net position change. This means that people who have been holding for a long time are like they're making actions. They're making moves because they're feeling confident about the market. While holders are now injecting bullish pressure into the market, that does not necessarily imply a sharp rally. Past data shows bullish trends mostly pick up the pace after sustained accumulation by holders. For example, the indicator remained positive for most of 2018, which was a negative year in early 2019. So, like I said, the point is, you can show this right here. I'm going to point out this. What we want to see is we do not want to see an extended period of time where we have green. That's not good. That means people are accumulating as we prepare for the next run up. And I would be really interested. Have we looked at this? We did look at the all-time chart, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I think you can link if you click on that. That should take you to Glassnode.
To this?
I think. And then you can
it does.
work with it. And
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the all-time.
So yesterday was the first day it popped into the green, and then today it's still in the green. But as you can see, like he was saying, you
can't even see it on this chart.
No, that's why we didn't end up using the other chart we used. Kind of showed the same information better.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look. If you really go back and look at the all-time, look, once again, we'd be looking here, 2013. I mean, this is hopefully the pattern that we're following. This was February 2nd to May 21st. This over here we had red from November to here. That's a long time, like 6 months. So hopefully we're going to be, but then it had this period of green. This is where the dip was. The dip was in the green. That's what we actually want to be measuring.
Yep.
So the dip was from May to November, I think. Yeah, May to November, so that's 6 months. It's not good. We don't want to dip that big. So hopefully we don't see 6 months of this. Hopefully we just see a month. So Polygon still relevant after E2 launch.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Sean. Vitalik himself has said ETH Layer 2 solutions will still need to be available even after E2 launches.
Which is going to be a while.
It's still going to be.
It's
not that long. It's not that long now.
It's fully launched.
A year?
A year, yeah. But I just want people, it's not going to be in July.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to start unrolling it in July.
Yeah. How many people we have watching?
11,700, 5,000 likes.
Okay, guys. Well, I said we can get it to 6.
Yeah.
At least we can get to 6,000. You guys can do that, and then we'll give you guys a special prize. We got some cool stuff coming up, by the way, guys. We got our contest going on right now, but talking about working with some nonprofits to be raising some money for some nonprofits. You guys are interested in that. Put hashtag give back. And then also I want to do the game show really bad. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I want DZ to host it, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah. He'll love that. Is he in here?
He's not.
He's creeping from somewhere.
Yeah.
He's probably up in the corner. That guy, he's something. Yeah, I think he'd be great for that. So, I don't know, like, I'm kind of torn between whether we want to do, I'm really torn whether we want to do, like, win Ben Stein's money, but win BitBoy's ETH, or who wants to be a Kryptonaire. I don't know. There's a lot of work to come up with those questions.
It's so much work.
Yeah, I can imagine. And they got to be good, too. It's very hard. Yeah. I'll probably have to do it. It's true. Suze Orman. You guys know her. Suze Orman. I choose Suze. Smash that like button, BitSquad. Thank you, Itzy Boss. Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody wants to do that. Yeah, I think we're looking at, you guys drop some good nonprofit. Now, look, we're going to have to do national organizations here. So we got some in mind, but I want to know which ones you guys want to check out. All right, so Suze Orman says Bitcoin is a place to put some money and just leave it. Very similar to Dave Ramsey, Suze Orman is. And Dave Ramsey is very bearish on Bitcoin, actually hates it. Well, thinks it's a scam. He's basically typical, angry man yelling at Bitcoin.
When did you hear that? He might have changed his opinion since you heard that.
Did he change it yesterday?
Well, that's why I asked when you heard it.
I've heard it for a long time. He just said it again like a couple weeks ago.
Oh. Well, I've heard him say very mixed things.
Let's see. I have never heard him say a single positive thing about Bitcoin.
Everything I've seen has been more like, I don't know too much about it. If you want to hold a small percentage of it, there's not a lot of harm in that. But
Dave Ramsey, May 23rd. Bitcoin and Dogecoin are stupid.
Well, I could see him saying it's stupid, but
Let's see. He's long been a Bitcoin skeptic. December last year gave similar advice to somebody to sell their Bitcoin, basically. Yeah, I've never heard him say anything positive about Bitcoin. He's like a very bearish. He's typical, typical angry man yelling at Bitcoin. He doesn't understand it. A lot of people, a lot of things about Dave Ramsey, people have been posting, like, his advice is kind of suspect, to be best. It doesn't really seem to fit modern times in a lot of ways. A lot of people have that opinion. Suze Orman might as well add laser eyes to her Twitter handle. That's a little strong. As the new crypto social media dictates. Celebrity financial advisor, she is an actual financial advisor, suggested that Bitcoin should be included in the mix of a sound investing portfolio. And I think that's the difference between, what she's saying and what we hear a lot of other people like Dave Ramsey say. He might say something like, it's fine, maybe put it in, whatever. She's saying it should be included. It should be included in the mix of a sound investing portfolio. Orman told Bitcoin Network, Business Network, it's a place to put some money and just leave it, referring to the world's #1 crypto. It's not the first time that Orman has waxed bullish on Bitcoin. Back in March, she said she loves Bitcoin. She's also been purchasing shares of MicroStrategy. She said then that she wouldn't be investing in Bitcoin, a highly volatile asset, unless she had money to lose. And I think that, that is the way that you guys should be looking at it. Guys, we already said we'll be talking about BPro. I think they said once they launch their main net, they want to do some stuff. So we'll see what happens. We like BPro. We like it. But y'all come in here, ask every day. Like, down the road, we're going to do it. We're talking with them. We're in talks with them. We like BPro. We think it's a good project. But anyway, the long and the short of it is, like, we were planning on doing a video, and then they kind of extended what they wanted to do, so we've been waiting on that. So, all right. So, looking at some of those, pretty funny. When it comes to, some of these financial advisors and things like that, I think it's very obvious that they are almost always trying to push it on the safe side. That's why they're telling you to put 1 or 2 or 3% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. Here's the question. Why in the world would you put 1 to 2% of your portfolio in the greatest asset in the history of mankind? Why? Why would you do that? I think that if you have a portfolio, we're not talking about, when we talk about a portfolio, we're not talking about money that you have coming in every week that you need to live on. We're talking about your investing portfolio, okay? If you have an investing portfolio and you don't have at least 10 to 15% of your portfolio in crypto, you don't know what you're doing. You're playing it too safe, because this is the greatest asset in the history of mankind, okay? Designed to be the best asset. Ethereum, right there with it. I think even better, to be honest with you, okay? So they're playing it too safe. And you know what these financial advisors are doing? They're putting more of their portfolios in Bitcoin. Guarantee it. We know that. We've seen the numbers. A lot of financial advisors are holding out crypto. They're not giving that advice to their people that are coming to them for advice because they're doing it themselves. They're willing to risk themselves, but they're not willing to give that same advice to people. People ask me all the time. They say, well, what would you do if you were me? Well, I can only tell you what I did. I've gone all in. That's all I can do is tell you what I've done. Financial advisor doesn't tell you what they do or they're willing to do. They're only going to tell you the smallest possible amount of exposure that they can tell you to have, because it's the safest possible thing. So, small in height but big in vocals.
Pretty good.
Man, this is really going too far at this point. It doesn't help that Justin is 17 feet tall.
Nope, it doesn't.
Scissorper. Love you guys. Thank you, Scissorper. We love Scissorper on the channel.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. We do not love Scissorp. That was I like rap songs about Scissorp.
There you go.
That's what I meant to say. World Bank refuses to help El Salvador adopt Bitcoin over environmental and transparency concerns. Last week, El Salvador became the first country in the world to vote in favor of formally implementing Bitcoin as legal tender. I told you guys we will be talking more about that today at 3 o'clock. Citing environmental and transparency concerns, the World Bank on Thursday refused to accept El Salvador's request technical help in implementing Bitcoin as legal tender in the country. While the government did approach us for assistance on Bitcoin, this is not something the World Bank can support given the environment. I know. I can't with these people, man. The dishonesty. I'm telling you, we're living in the USSR. I tell you guys this all the time. We are living in the USSR in 1979. We are getting more disinformation and lies to us than we've ever been given in history, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable considering we have the most amount of information at our fingertips on any given day. It's unbelievable. Like, it's weird. They don't talk about the energy that ATMs use, correct? They don't talk about the energy that literal physical banks use, which, by the way, the two of those together, when you wrap in gold mining together, 4 to 5 times the amount of the highest possible estimations and ranges of what Bitcoin does. And we do know we've got El Salvador working on geothermal mining. This is not even going to be a thing, but they're lying to you. It is environmental and transparency shortcomings.
It's way more transparent than anything else that exists.
That's the shortcoming. Yeah. It is transparent.
It's too transparent.
Too transparent. These people. The World Bank, an international financial institution that provides loans and grants to low and middle income countries, told Reuters. I've always said Reuters. Like Roto-Rooter, but it's Reuters.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Guys, this is blackmail, extortion. That's what's going on here. Oh, you want to take Bitcoin? Here's the thing about Bitcoin. This is why I believe ultimately we are in the middle of a very intense battle right now. I believe we will win. That's why I come on this channel and do this. Rally the troops. We will win this. Why? Because every time these traditional financial institutions try to paint Bitcoin in a certain light and put it into a corner, it only strengthens the use case. It only strengthens the argument for Bitcoin. Gosh, oh my gosh. Haley was telling me about this thing this morning. There's like this something on Doctor Who, where it's like a monster that when you look at it, it freezes. And when you turn your head, it comes and wants to kill you. So as long as you're looking at it, you're fine. It won't be able to get you. But once you see it, I guess it's going to kill you. Because as soon as you're not looking at it, it attacks you.
Yikes.
That's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin with these financial institutions. As long as they keep, talking about it and trying to fund it, but as soon as they turn their eyes, this thing is coming for them, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. It's only a matter of time.
Yep, they're feeling the heat.
Wow, that's got to be the first Doctor Who reference I've ever made on this channel, and I don't even really know what it was. Last week, El Salvador made history, becoming the first country in the world to formally adopt the crypto with its Bitcoin law approved by a supermajority within the Central American country's Congress, sparking a price surge in crypto markets. The president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, also instructed a state-owned geothermal electric company last week, and we'll be talking about this today, clean energy from country's volcanoes for mining Bitcoin, promised measures for immediate permanent residence for crypto entrepreneurs who may not have to pay property or capital gains tax. They said they've instructed the president of Laheo, SV, I'm not sure how to say SV in Spanish, S-A-V, maybe, our state-owned geothermal electric company to put up a plan to offer facilities for Bitcoin mining with very cheap 100% renewable, zero emissions energy from our volcanoes. It's going to evolve fast. They've also cautioned that crypto-rich individuals may widen inequalities in already poverty-stricken countries if they invest more in Bitcoin as a means to evade taxes and end up buying sought-after properties.
Oh, my goodness. What? I mean, this is just too much. It's hard to read this. This is terrible.
Well, it's just everything we know. It's just like, guys, I'm going to say this 100 times a day. It's battle right now.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing battle that is going on right now, underneath our noses, right in front of our faces, and it's veiled. And 99.99% of people out there cannot see it. The only people that see it are people watching this channel and people that are smart enough to see behind the smoke screen. This is all smoke screens right now of what's going on. This is all facade. They want you to sell your Bitcoin. They want you to sell your Ethereum. Because here's the thing. You guys see what they wrote right here? This is not a threat to El Salvador. This is a threat to you.
Yep.
This is a threat to anyone that owns Bitcoin. If you come out in favor of Bitcoin, this is what we'll do to you. You money, loans? Nope. You go to the bank, you need a mortgage? Nope. You need some loans to pay for your kids' college? Nope. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Decker. Instead, poverty could be addressed using tax systems that target the crypto rich.
Wow. So
Another threat.
People moving to El Salvador and bringing money with them to stimulate the economy and helping uplift underprivileged people. That's a bad thing.
Bad thing.
But if we tax you to death, that's a good thing. Like, come on.
Oh, my gosh. Alongside these developments in El Salvador, the country's finance minister said Wednesday the government had sought the World Bank's technical assistance for implementing. The refusal is a setback to the government, which seeks to accept Bitcoin as an official mode of payment. You don't need them, El Salvador. You're way better off without these people in your pocket, for sure. So, I don't know. Like, maybe this whole, I don't know. I'm getting a little too conspiratorial, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, maybe this whole thing is, I don't know. Maybe a setup. I don't know. Maybe to show what happens when you accept Bitcoin. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, that's what I was saying. It needs to be, they need other people to do it fast as well. Other nations to make this same big move, because
that's why the World Bank is saying this stuff.
Right.
Oh, you want to join in on this? No more money.
Right.
No more money.
Because if it's just El Salvador, it's easy to make those claims. If it's all of South America and Africa, they can't do that. Like, they can't just blackball everybody without it being ridiculously obvious. So that's why you're right. This is a pivotal moment.
This is a very pivotal moment right now. Future Canada will be greener with blockchain technology, kind of, going along with some of the same stuff here, talking about, the environmental impact, which I can't believe are words we say about Bitcoin. It's so dumb, but
hilariously, this article written, I think, the same day, basically dispels everything they were saying. It's very transparent. It's going to push us towards green energy. Like, blockchain is good for the world, not bad.
Well, two people got into an argument on Twitter this morning. Two people that I don't like. One, a long-haired, sociopath hippie, and the other one, muskrat. And they got into an argument over, the one guy said, "Oh, Bitcoin is not, very bad for the environment." And muskrat said, "What have you been reading?" Guys, it's so crazy what's going on out there. Like, what have you been reading? He's not a scientist. You guys know that? He's not a scientist. He didn't invent anything. He hasn't invented anything ever. I don't know if you guys saw the video. Who made him an expert on anything? And the truth is that Bitcoin is not bad for the environment, period. If you think that, you're dumb. It's not. It's simply not bad for the environment. If you want to say Bitcoin is bad for the environment, your washer and dryer are bad for the environment. Your hair dryer is bad for the environment. Your lights are bad for the environment. Your air conditioner is bad for the environment. This unicorn, terrible for the environment. Well, actually, it's batteries. But batteries get made in mines. Bad for the environment. I shouldn't be yelling like this. Guys, everything impacts the environment. Literally everything. Gold mining more than Bitcoin impacts the environment. Literal numbers, raw numbers. Okay? Banking industry. Way worse Bitcoin usage. The only difference is Bitcoin is getting greener while those are not. They're actually opening more branches and more ATMs that suck up power. So it's absolutely incredibly stupid. I'll get back to what I said last night on Around the Blockchain. Climate change is all about money. 100%. Now, are there problems with the environment? Absolutely. Do we have an impact on the environment? Absolutely. Just kind of like you walk into any room, you have an impact on it. We exist here, so yes, we impact it. Are there things that are terrible? The funny thing is a lot of the stuff, the nuclear waste, some of the things that are the really giant problems, those are coming from the very industries that are saying stuff like this.
Yep.
Okay. Climate change is all about money. It is a new money-sucking industry where it so here you want to hear the ironic thing here. The ironic thing here is the climate change industry is the new oil. It's the new oil industry. It is all of a sudden out of nowhere, everybody getting rich. Look at these energy credits. Look at all this stuff. It's all a scam. I'm not saying climate change is a scam. I'm saying the industry is a scam, 100%. And so the fact that you've got, all these people telling us they're blue in the face that Bitcoin is bad for the environment. Why? Because ultimately Bitcoin is going to hurt their bottom line. Wake up, people. Don't be a sheep. Period. All right, let's move on. Last story. Well, we haven't even got political yet. Here we go. Let's get political. Republican. These are publicans that did it twice.
That was good.
A Republican. Which, by the way, before we get into this, speaking of, they do not use trees to print money. You dope. I didn't say that. I don't know who said that. What is money printed on? It's not printed on paper anymore. Do you know?
I don't know.
Can't remember what it's printed on. But anyways, the point is that there's a new voting proposal being pushed right now, which is very interesting, which is called, I think it's called Best Choice Voter. It's where you rank the candidates. So like if on the last election, if you voted for, the former president, you would vote him as number one, and you would have voted like the third party candidate as number two, and then the current president is number three, or either if you're on the other side, reverse. And what it does is it negates that third party impact on the elections. It's very interesting. Somebody said cotton and linen. Yeah, that's right. I was right about that. It's cotton now. So I had this idea, like, it sounds like it's really tilted towards one party, obviously towards the left party is what that's, because a lot of times third party candidates have hurt them winning the overall elections. But I was thinking, if you had that could actually disrupt the two-party system in America. Because all of a sudden, if you had a third-party candidate that ran, and he actually ended up, getting like 20% of the votes on this best choice where you rank them 1, 2, 3, then that could encourage more people to run for a third party. That might be the only way we ever break up this system. But I don't know, thoughts on that? Anybody's got thoughts on that? Because you guys know, like, the problem in America is a two-party system for 100%. It's just like the bankers. The bankers, they push out all the competitors. The big tech, they push out all the competitors. The two-party system pushed out all the competitors. So that way you have to fall in party lines.
Yeah. Which I would argue is also a bit of an illusion and a scam, too. I mean, ultimately...
We have this argument a lot. To some extent, yes. Yeah. But to some extent, no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole thing is, like, as long as they keep the two parties going on, I mean, that is the scam, the two parties, for sure. Yeah, in one way or the other. Republican campaign committee set to accept crypto donations. The National Republican Congressional Committee will turn to BitPay and convert any crypto donations directly into cash. Maybe we should use BitPay for our nonprofit thing we're going to do. That could be interesting. Let's look into that.
Yeah.
Let's put Justin in charge of that.
Okay.
The Republicans' campaign arm is beginning to accept contributions in crypto. Axios reported today, but while it will now accept crypto, the committee will swiftly convert the funds received to fiat. While individual political candidates have accepted crypto donations in the past, the National Republican Congressional Committee is the first federal party committee to do so in a move that could test campaign finance rules. NRCC is a group of GOP members of Congress that aim to elect Republican candidates. It's done by giving them financial aid. It reportedly employed payment processor BitPay to process the donations. It says ranked choice voting screwed California. How? I'm very interested. I'd never even heard of this before. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm very interested to hear what that is. Basically, it prevents runoff elections also, which is a very interesting thing. The runoff elections are crazy. By not holding the donated crypto, the NRCC will now be able to accept donations up to $10,000 from individual donors and avoid the $100 maximum value limit per year for crypto transfers. That's interesting. By not holding the donate crypto. Interesting. Andrew Yang was one of the first individual politicians to accept crypto donations. In July, Yang started accepting Bitcoin. I wonder if he's doing that. He's running for mayor of New York. You knew that, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, he is running for mayor of New York. Mayor of New York City polls. He might be. Oh, he's not winning actually. I thought he was probably winning.
Yeah, I know he's got a lot of big following.
Yeah, he's 13%. I mean, he's very. Who is this? This is Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams. Never seen that guy before. Catherine Garcia, Maya Wiley. I don't know any of these people other than Andrew Yang. So he's got to have some kind of name value, I would think.
I would imagine.
But yeah, so I mean, he's not that far behind though. He's definitely in the running. He's right here with these other two candidates. So he's a very opportunistic, I would think. He did grow up in New York though. He had a really cheesy video announcing his candidacy. So
do you think Bitcoin?
God, it'd be so interesting if he did win though, because he's so crypto positive in New York State or New York City.
Do you think Bitcoin will be a political, like, two-party issue in the next election? Like one on one side, one on the other?
I thought it was going to be in the last election. I predicted it would be in the last one. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, it's hard to say for sure because we certainly we've got the 45th president. And by the way, I don't say his name because I don't like to say his name. I don't say his name because of YouTube. That's all. 45th president. A lot of people call him 45. Orange coin bad. Some people say. He
Not
is
orange coin.
I know, but I said orange coin.
Okay.
I prefer to say orange coin. He has made some very negative comments about Bitcoin. We know Steve Mnuchin on his way out doing some very negative things with Bitcoin. But what I would say is what I've observed from the general politicians is that Republicans are more interested in competing with China through blockchain and seeing the opportunity with blockchain than Democrats have been so far. But once again, we have outliers. We have Andrew Yang, extremely bullish on crypto. Then we have Brad Sherman, and which, by the way, I said Janet Yellen and Elizabeth Warren, like the worst two politicians for crypto. I also got Brad Sherman. Is he still in Congress? I assume he probably is. Brad Sherman, I call him the cul-de-sac weasel. He's terrible as well. He's just been out of the news cycle lately. He's definitely, I probably hate him more than any other one actually, because his number one backer, credit card processors, and he's so vocal anti-Bitcoin, but he's been a little out of the news. So, okay. So, anyways, I think that's what we're seeing, but we're not. The interesting thing is we're not to a point yet in crypto. I believe it will become a party issue. It has to, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Everything's a party issue, right? It all develops into pick your line, toe that line. And so for me, it looks like the right is a little more bullish on crypto. You got, not Patrick Henry, Mick Henry, something McHenry from North Carolina said a lot of bullish things about crypto, but we don't know. It hasn't solidified yet. So we'll know when they start telling which party, which way you're allowed to go. That's how we'll know. So we'll just have to see what happens. But anyways, guys, that's all we got for today. Hopefully we'll see Bitcoin up by tomorrow. Not too hopeful about that, but we will see. I don't think we're getting any big drops anytime soon, if that helps. But that's all I got. Have a great day. Love you guys. Be blessed. Good boy out.